Welcome to Samuels.here channel. Kevin Samuels was truly a truth seeker, and after many years of educating both men and women of all races, but particularly those of African descent, in the art of navigating the ever-complex dating world, he was sadly ripped from our lives as he was called back home to the Almighty in 2022. Some of us, myself included, instinctively recognized the truth of his message. Many found his message rather unpalatable. I am hoping with this channel to make his message that little bit more digestible in a more feminine and softer manner. I hope this helps my sisters in the Black community who saw him as an enemy. Being Black myself, I hope I can bridge that gap. And oh, by the way, my father was also called Samuel, so in a twist of fate, I pay tribute with this channel to my father, who is also where Kevin has gone. I love how the Icelandic have a way of acknowledging someone's daughter in the same way as someone's son. So I appropriate the Icelandic way to find a suitable name for my channel, Samuels.here, Samuel's daughter. Enjoy the video.
I'm supposed to settle for a regular type dude.
How tall are you?
I am 5'3".
Dress size?
I am a medium.
Dress size? Number?
Age 10.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
157.
Fresh face out of the shower, just your natural face. On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rank your looks?
Natural face.
Okay, fresh face out of the shower, your natural face. You can't use 7. What would you rank yourself? 1 to 10.
A 6.
Okay. A 6 is right above average. A 5 is average, right? You're 5'3", 100, dress size 10, so that's above average weight. 5'3", you should be roughly dress size 4. 4'6", 125 pounds. Even if I believe you're 157, 160, you're almost 33 pounds, 33% over your ideal target weight. And you have, listen. If you're average to cute looking, if you're below average health from a weight standpoint, and you have 2 children, overall, does that make you below average, average, or above average? Factor all those things in together.
Average.
So why should you get anything over? Then why should you get above average? What do you mean settle for? You should get what you are.
I see millionaires with average women all the time.
They don't have big chest tattoos either, and 2 other kids. Man, I'm just saying. Okay, I want to. No. I mean, let's be honest. Why should an average woman say she's settling for an average man? Maybe
ain't
that
nothing wrong with it. Wait.
No. You said so. I should just settle. No, you said that. Listen. You said so. I should just settle for an average guy, and I'm like, you're an average woman. Why should you not?
I would be settling. I mean, he could. I mean,
why would you be settling and he wouldn't? So what would he be doing? Would he be upgrading?
He don't got no money. So if he don't have no money,
you ain't fine enough for no money.
I'm not fine enough for money.
No. You're
average
6.
Women,
you're 5. You're 5. You said you're 6, ma'am. You said you're 6. You don't get money. You get second shift at the plant. Did you go to college?
No, I didn't.
Okay, ma'am.
I have my own business.
Congratulations. Don't care. Ma'am, you got 2 children. And you said you are 6. I give you, 5, 6. Your numbers together would be average. So why? So an average man would be upgrading to get you?
Look, I didn't say
I'm asking, ma'am, because we're just having a conversation. You said you'd be settling, so by extension, he would be.
So I guess we'll be settling for each other.
Well, no. But my issue is, you said settling for him. That means you'd be getting something less than what you deserve. When we settle, we get less.
I already have everything that I need. If he's not adding to me, then that will be settling, right?
Fabian, I want you to understand what I asked you last night. I ask this question oftentimes with black women. If you have to work as hard today or harder if you want children with a husband, would you rather have a husband or be single?
This one is, it's funny more than challenging to comment on. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so the first thing to say is, I really feel sorry for Kevin Samuels in this video. He's trying so hard to be diplomatic, to be, how shall I put this, kind. But, what makes it hard to watch is that, this poor lady just has no idea, does she? Look, I'm a woman, and actually I would say she's quite attractive. If she could lose 20 pounds or so, she actually is one of those women that is pretty in the face. She really is attractive. I see past the body weight, the fat. I know a lot of men can't see that, and that's fine. It's in your nature to identify these flaws in women so that you can make the right decision. And a lot of your decision making, your choice making, is actually visual. This is just something we women have to live with. It's fine. So I don't think that she is necessarily a bad looking woman at all. I don't think so at all. I can't stress that enough. The problem is the weight, the tattoo. Oh my God, it's in a very visible place. It's really unfortunate. I don't know who advised her to have that tattoo there. I don't really like tattoos myself. It's not my personal preference. But I get why a woman might want a tattoo, okay. But in a hidden place, sure. Yeah, okay. So, if you were to remove 1 point from her sexual market value for that tattoo, that would be kind. I think it'll have to be removed 2 points. So anyway, that's the first thing to say. And it's on full display here. Actually, she's exposing a part of the body that a decent woman should not normally expose. That alone is a sign of a low-value woman, I'm afraid to say. And I stand by this point. Maybe, in fact, many men watching this video might like the fact that her breasts are exposed, her cleavage is exposed. But a decent woman doesn't do that. So, yeah, there are many subtle clues that give people in general, but men particularly who are doing the choosing, the clues as to who is a high-value woman and who is just not. It's not about her lack of college education, as she, and I will show this later, she does rightly point out that it doesn't matter that she doesn't have a college education. That's true. But in certain circles, actually it does, such as Kevin Samuels retorts back to her, and we will see this later in this video. Yeah, I mean, the other thing that bothers me about this woman is the fact that she keeps doubling down on, yes, I am settling, even when Kevin points out to her that she herself is average. One thing that strikes me is that actually we are all average. There are stunning people or very intelligent people or highly educated people who just have that little extra something that puts them in a different category. But other than that, we are all average, really. And this is the thing, I think men are more willing to accept this fact of life than we women, unfortunately. But then again, maybe we are built to look up. So we want what's better than what we are, which is maybe a natural thing in women. But we have to be realistic sometimes. So yeah, this conversation doesn't start well, and you can really see that Kevin is agitated, and that's never a good sign. Anyway, yeah, he started out being diplomatic, but I think at some point he just decided to let go, and then it becomes really funny. I shouldn't laugh. This is not funny. In all seriousness, yeah, it's tragic. The fact that this woman has 2 children by a different man is also a problem which she doesn't recognize. I think a lot of women, especially in the past, did recognize that their value to a man is much reduced if they have procreated with someone else. I think it's just one of those truths that, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers knew, and this kind of common sense education should never have been lost. But for some reason, this particular woman and many like her just don't understand. Even I, as a woman, let's say I were a lesbian, I wouldn't take on, a woman with kids, I don't know how it works in a lesbian relationship, but I suppose the more masculine woman in the relationship would kind of take on the role of a man and therefore be a provider for the more feminine woman in the relationship. I don't know. Maybe it was a bad analogy to use, but it's pertinent, I just can't imagine being a man. I can't do it. So if we flip the argument and say I am what I believe to be a high-value woman, and I am in a position to decide whether I want a man with children, it still doesn't work. This analogy, it doesn't work because it just doesn't, because I'm not going to provide for his children in any case. So, okay, I'm trying very hard to see what this woman sees. I just don't. I think she's just plain wrong to believe that she is equal to a woman, no matter how ugly, no matter how uneducated, no matter how even big, overweight. The fact that she has children really reduces her value to a man. Unless, and I make this point in my last video, and I'll put this at the end screen, unless it's a man who doesn't have his own children, has got to a certain age, nevertheless, being a high-value man or not, whatever the case may be, he wants to father someone else's child. There are men like this. They are rare, but they do exist. Unless the man in question is in this category, this woman, unfortunately, with all her good attributes, and I'm sure there are many, it's difficult to, sell herself as a diamond, She kind of looks like a knockoff at first glance anyway. Let's watch on.
Okay, then why should he not get the best? If he can meet your highest standard, he can meet another woman's standard. And all I'm saying is that why should a man have to settle for a woman with 2 kids? Because you got a business?
They don't have, Kevin, they don't have to settle for me.
But you said you'd be settling for him.
Okay, just like you, Kevin, you say that high value men are supposed to have money, right? That's what you say. So if they don't have money, that means their value is low, right?
No.
And you go off women.
No. If you want to know, high value men, that's completely different.
This lady is sadly confusing a high value man with a rich man. She just wants money. And basically her attitude is, if you don't have money, you're not high enough for me. You're not high value enough. That's quite annoying if you are a man and you hear a woman basically surmise your worth in this way. It's not very nice. That's the first thing to say. Just on a human level, yes, men objectify women all the time, which is in their nature, and women should look for someone who, amongst other things, will be a provider. Yes. But look at this woman's situation. She's coming into a relationship with 2 children from another man. If we're lucky, it could be 2 men. So I think her demand, and it's not even a polite wish, it's a demand. It's almost like she's saying, you've got to have money, otherwise I won't even respect you going into the relationship with you. Now that's a big problem, obviously, because no man would want to put himself in this kind of situation. So she's kind of lost before she started. You know, there is a subtle art to seduction. There is a subtle art to persuading someone to take you on, especially if you come with so much baggage, and she just doesn't know how to play this game. And it is a game. It is really a game. It's really sad when certain people don't know how to play it, especially women, because then she loses out big time, and it looks like she does need a provider.
That's not your category.
Because I got kids, right?
You're not, ma'am. No, yes. Are you? Would you say that you're a woman that's in high demand or most wanted?
I could be. I mean, yeah, I could be. I mean,
you could be. So okay. So
man, listen.
Don't hold on.
Tell you about myself.
Hold on. Ma'am, you're 37 with 2 children. Where in the world do women who are average to above average, average to cute, who are a little overweight with 2 kids, where are these women in high demand?
Kevin, I'm working on myself. So if
no, ma'am, I asked a very specific question. It's not because you're working on yourself. That's fine, but that doesn't mean you're in high demand.
I can get there. Can I?
And see,
so you mean to tell me if I can lose 20 pounds and
80 years ago with a woman in your position, even without the children, 80 years ago would a woman in your position be with the top 10% man?
You said
80 years ago. 80 years ago. Would she be with a man in the top 10% of all men? 80 years ago.
Yeah.
No. There are a limited amount of these men to go around. Ma'am. So this one I want you guys to understand, especially in the Black community. You're an average woman by any stretch of the imagination. And I think that's being fair. Average at best is more likely the term. Average at best would be pretty fair.
Okay,
but listen.
I'm listening.
But the issue is, so I got to settle for an average man. That's not settling. That's getting what you can afford to buy on the sexual marketplace.
Okay, so if I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated.
Oh, that's harsh. Ooh, yeah. Like I said, this is not funny, at least not from this woman's point of view. But I kind of get it as to why Kevin said this, you know. Now, I suspect he actually means not just change the body, but also change the mind, the whole attitude. Oh, God. You know, look, she's right, huh? Let me tell you. One of my own aunts had a child out of wedlock, and she did end up with a very high value man. Okay, not at the time they got married, but he became a high value man later. The point is, even women who have children, either out of wedlock or just from a previous marriage, can end up with good and high value men, it's not impossible. But not with all the other negative factors that this lady presents. You know, my aunt wasn't overweight. She was highly educated, so she did fit into a high value man's life. She was just 1,000 times higher value than this woman. So one could say she was lucky, but actually, no. You know, if you have 1 point against you, in this case, her child, you can still make up for it. You just have to know how to do it. And my aunt did, and this woman sadly doesn't. Be reincarnated. Oh dear. Anyway, let's move on.
You can't get one. I'm gonna be honest, you can't. You're 37 with 2 kids. If they're less than 10% of the men, why would he pick you over a woman with no children?
But Kevin, I talk to pretty good high value. I go on dates with high caliber men.
Yes, they will go on dates with you. They will talk to you. They'll have sex with you.
We talk about marriage. I
want you to understand, this is what the issue is, because I've talked about this for a year and a half, because men will deal with you. What man of value, who is a high value man recognized by other men of value, what man that fits in that category is seriously vetting you to be a wife today?
I'm talking to someone now. I've been dating this guy now who's a pretty high value, and we've been talking.
How old is he?
He's 51.
And what makes him high value?
He owns his own car dealership, and he has multiple businesses. He owns houses. Like he's doing pretty good for himself. He's probably not rich, but
ma'am, being high value is more than just money.
He got a good head on his shoulders. He got a good personality. He take care of himself. He work out. He don't even look like he.
Oh, Jesus Christ, ma'am. I'm trying to be reasonable, but it's more than just money. And I'm saying a man why would a man? How can I say this without sounding rude? I'm trying to. Why would a man who has this going on, and what state are you in?
I am in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, I just said state. But anyway, why would a man who's choose a woman like that? Okay, if you say he's high value, to me, when I talk about high value, it's not just money. It's over a period of time. It's what you do. It's also men of value must recognize you as a peer or a potential peer. You got to have a network of high value men and others, and you must be useful to others in a group. So you judge a man not just on his money, by his network, by other men who say, yeah, that's a man of value. He's a mover or shaker, a most eligible. Okay, man, but these men don't settle. They don't settle. They don't get women who are. There are men on YouTube right now saying, I don't know what I'm talking about being high value. But here's one thing that they do agree with me on. They don't take a woman with children. They don't. I've had men who vehemently disagree with me on a lot of things. They don't listen to me, but unanimously, we don't take another man's children, because that's not even in their mindset. They don't. So you ladies can call it what you want, and I'm thinking, how long have y'all been dating?
2 weeks now.
I said seriously, but considering you to be a
2 weeks. Yeah, delusion. Poor lady. She thinks she's talking to someone for 2 weeks, and that's a promise almost for marriage. You know, I think Kevin's job was pretty frustrating, huh? Yeah. Okay, it wasn't his job. He chose it. After all, he chose the subject matter. It is, however, very frustrating. You got to admit, you know, dealing with this kind of person who doesn't want to listen, who just doesn't get it, and sometimes you don't even know where to start. Anyway, I think I have wasted enough of your time. Until the next video, if you do choose to come back for more, take care and farewell.